Mary Hempstead, resident of Coggeshall, made on the 11th of September 2007. Interviewed by Polly Clark. Of Mary Hempstead. Chat. Right, and I just want you to tell me about your life. I've got a few little questions to just sort of give you an idea of what to say. Although I'm sure you're not short of things to say.
Well, I hope not.
How long have you lived here? Can I call you Mary?
Always.
Can I call you Mary?
Oh, yes, yes.
How long have you lived here, Mary? In Coggeshall?
In Coggeshall all my life.
All your life?
Yes.
Where were you born?
Stoneham Street.
In Stoneham Street?
Near the town clock, in the sweet shop there.
In the sweet shop?
My father had that.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Your father owned the sweet shop?
Yes.
Oh. I bet you had fun in the sweet shop.
I did.
What a lovely thing to do. So, did you have a big family?
No, I was the only one.
Only child?
That's right.
So you were the apple of their eye?
I suppose I was.
Yes.
Sport, I think.
Oh. And so did both your parents work in the sweet shop?
Well, my mother did, but my father was a postman here.
And
for over 33 years.
Was he? And did he deliver on a bike or in a van?
Well,
or?
Part of it was. I can remember I used to go when I was a child on a boat with him to Fearon post office, and he had to go there and collect the mail and bring it to Coggeshall of a night.
On a bicycle?
That's right.
All the Coggeshall posts on one bike?
Well,
in a big basket?
Just from Fearon to here. But of course at the end of his time he done the round at Marks Hall, which was a walking round.
Oh, that was a nice
job. Right up there.
Yeah,
well, it was in the nice weather.
Long walk.
But that was a walk.
Yes. Goodness. And what about parcels and things?
I don't know what happened with those. No.
There must have been a van.
Well, there wasn't really a lot of houses up there, but they had to be for delivery, I suppose.
Yes.
You see, because he had to go to Marks Hall. I don't know whether he delivered when that mansion was there, because during the war that was taken over, wasn't it? Marks Hall mansion by the Americans and the Air Force.
Yes.
And Mrs. Price went to live in Marigold, you see. I remember he used to have to go there.
Oh, right.
And stop and have a cup of coffee and that.
Did you sometimes go with him?
I never went round up there, no, because it was very early morning.
Yes,
they used to have to get up very early then in the post. Yeah, they used to have to be on about 5:30 in the morning.
And was the post office in the same place as it is now?
Yes, it's always been down here.
Was that a telephone exchange as well? Or
no, the telephone exchange was in Church Street.
Oh, was it?
Near Bunting's the butcher's.
Oh, really? Was there a lady in there with sort of doing...
I don't remember much about that because my mother never had the phone on. No. Not like now. Everybody's got the phone.
That's right. Did all the boys and girls after school come into the sweet shop then?
No, I don't think so.
Not really. No. Did you just sell sweets, or did you sell cakes or other?
No, only sweets.
Just sweets.
And tobacco, no papers or anything.
And tobacco. And in jars, were they?
All loose, nearly all loose then. You can still get them loose, can't you?
And you bought them in a little white paper bag, a quarter?
You used to have to weigh it out. They used to have,
a quarter of lemon sherbet.
Well, something like that. They used to have halfpennies and pennies in those days.
And farthings,
I don't remember much about farthings.
No. I remember farthings.
Do you?
I remember when they went out, when they were no longer in use.
I remember drapery used to have farthings, didn't they?
Did they? What, for
1 and 11 through and things like that.
What can you remember some particular sweets? The names of sweets, sort of like bullseyes and.
Well, there was gobstoppers, wasn't there, and aniseed balls. And used to have big tray of these all licorice things.
Oh, lovely! Different shapes, licorice
all
all
round things, and plain licorice, not licorice all sorts,
Oh,
you know. And
those sort of straps.
that's right, and things,
Yes,
yeah, shoelaces
yes.
and all things like that.
Oh, funny.
I don't know whether these shops still have them. I suppose some of these shops are still old-fashioned.
But did your mother make a bit of a profit on that? I suppose she must have done.
Well, they had it between them.
Yes,
Mm.
yes. They bought the sweets wholesale, I suppose.
That's right,
in
the
big jars.
travellers used to come round in the vans
Yes,
with all the sweet jars on and
yes.
that.
What fun. And so Mary, what about, did you have any animals in your family? Did you have a dog or a cat or?
Well, I did, but that was much. Well, we did, but that was much later on.
Yes.
I didn't have cats. I don't know much about cats, but
Mm.
had golden retrievers.
Yeah, oh, they're lovely dogs.
Lovely dogs.
That was later on, though,
That's
not,
right,
not when
much
you were a
later.
little girl.
No, that's.
And yes, because okay. And so, where did you go to school?
Up the Stoneham Street.
Which is
just
now a
past-
play school.
That's
that one.
right. I think they've all made it into flats, haven't
Oh,
they?
yeah, I think they have.
But the little schoolhouse is still there, which the headmaster used to
Mm.
live in.
And was that from age 5?
Yes.
When you were 5 till.
Yes. I only went to that one school. There was a school up by the church, which was called then St Peter's School, the council school.
So there were two schools
Two
in
schools.
Coggeshall.
Yes.
And was one of them church aided?
Yeah, the one I went to was the church school, that's
Was
what
it?
they used
Yes,
to call it.
the church school.
And the other one was the council school.
And did that take you up to 14?
Yes, and then we left.
And then that was it?
That's it. Mm.
And did you have a favourite teacher?
Not really.
You don't
No.
remember one particular teacher
No,
that
not
you
a
really
favourite
liked?
one, no.
Did you have a favourite subject?
Oh, I used to like needlework and I used to like English.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. You liked sort of reading poetry, did you? And
No, I'm not much
Not
of
really.
poetry. I like poetry that rhymes. I don't like this poetry,
Yes.
what they write, you know.
No, I like rhyming poetry too. And also, Mary, I know it sounds a silly question, but how do you remember? How did you heat your house when you were little?
All with coal fire.
So you had a lovely
Just one
cove-
room.
Just one room.
That's right. Nothing in the bedrooms at all.
So you
No
just
bathroom.
hurried into bed and.
That's right, with a hot water bottle.
Yes.
You know, we used to have these stone ones, which I think you see them
Yes.
on the antique programs now.
We've got one still
I
from my
wish
mother.
I'd kept them actually, but I
Yes.
don't know where I'd put them if I was here. Cause
They're very good for airing beds, actually.
They are.
Even now. So you had a lovely sort of cosy coal fire in your living room.
That's right.
And what about cooking? Did you cook on gas?
Gas.
Or? Yes.
Gas.
So you had mains gas.
That's right.
Yes.
But of course, for washing, that was a copper that we had to boil up.
So you had a copper in the back.
That's
so
right,
You,
yes,
so you
we
had a
used
sort
to-
of scullery, did you?
That's right. Yeah, that was in a separate place. We used to have to boil that up. You
And
see.
did you use coal for that, or coke, or?
No, well, we used to burn the rubbish up from the shop.
Oh, really?
The cartons and all that,
Oh,
you know,
gosh.
tear them up, and I suppose occasionally
Yes.
my mother put coal on if we
It was
ran
rather
out.
good free fuel
But she only
for
done
you.
it once a week, the
Mm.
washing.
With a sort of pair of tongs.
That's
and-
right.
Yes,
Mm.
and a mangle. Did you have a
Oh
mangle?
yes, yes.
Yes,
used to
my
have
mother used to have a mangle.
to help her fold the sheets on a Monday.
And then hang them up outside, I suppose,
Mm.
if it was fine.
That's right. Oh yes, all the washing went out. That's what I missed when I came here. Putting
You
the washing
couldn't
out.
hang your washing up.
Well, they
out.
didn't like you to.
No.
But you can if you want to now, but
Yeah.
there's no lines or anything, and I've
No.
got used to it indoors now, so I don't bother.
But I agree, it's never quite the same indoors.
Oh, it's lovely smell when it all
Yeah,
comes
it
in,
is.
isn't it?
Yes.
Mm,
So did everybody do their laundry on a Monday?
I think they did.
So people didn't have bonfires on a Monday for that reason, probably.
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 Mm, yes.
And
But it was quite a day, wash day. It was an
Wash
all-day
day,
effort, you
yes,
know.
yes.
I often think when now we put them in the machine and you just go away and leave it, don't you?
well, and I think people wash things before they need to be washed
They
too.
do, probably.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sure you're right there.
Mm.
Especially
So-
the young ones.
Yeah.
You know, they only wear something once, don't they? And then
That's
as
right.
you say,
Chuck
they
it,
wash it.
chuck it in the
Mm.
laundry basket. So, did you did you used to meet up? What about, did you have grandparents nearby? Did
Oh
you
yes,
meet
my
for Sunday
grandparents.
lunch or
No,
something?
not that really.
No.
I used to go and see my grandparents every Sunday
Did you?
in the morning.
Where did they live?
Well, they had 2 or 3 places really, but I remember them. They lived up Church Street. Do you know where the Co-op butchers used to be?
Yes.
Right next to there they lived.
Near the Co-op butchers.
Yeah, and then they moved around a bit, but they were still in Coggeshall.
Yeah.
So I used to go and see them every Sunday, but they don't do that now.
Don't they?
I don't hardly. Well, I do see my grandchildren, but not like that.
No.
You know.
And
Not every week.
I think it's a shame because you learn an awful lot from your
That's
grandparents.
right.
You really do.
Yeah.
Certainly, when I had small children, we used to go and see the grandparents every Sunday.
Did you? Yeah.
We always either had tea with them or they come to lunch
That's right.
with us.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lovely.
No, and I'm sure my girls got a lot out of it too.
Yes.
They have
That's
a great
right.
sense of the past. And,
Mm.
yes. But where do your grandchildren live? Are they nearby? Or?
Yes, I've got grandchildren. Yes, I've got 3 live in Coggeshall. Up. Oh dear, do you know? I can't think where they live now. Isn't that ridiculous?
Doesn't matter.
Round by Prow Court.
Oh yeah.
Round that way.
I know.
Yeah, round there near
Yes.
Prow Court.
Yes.
Yes, it is Prow Court, I think, isn't it?
That's nice that they're in the village.
Yes.
Yeah.
Isn't that silly? I can't think of the name of the road. My
No.
younger son lives in Malden.
So you've
So
got
he's
2
not far
sons,
away.
have
Yes,
you?
he's not far away.
No, that's quite
So
close.
that's nice.
Yeah, I was in Malden yesterday. It's really
Were you?
beautiful.
I often think a day like this, I'd love to be over there because it's
really
so lovely over there.
Yeah, they've made it. They've done a lot of work to it. It's
I
looking
haven't
very
seen all
smart.
that.
You haven't seen the
No.
Britnot statue?
No,
This wonderful statue of Britnot.
no,
Yeah.
I haven't.
Oh, you should.
I go over there, you see, but
Yes.
I don't go down to where the
Ask him to
bathing pool
ask
and
your
all
son
that
to
is.
take him to see the Britnot statue. 'Cause
Mm.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
And so you had the grandparents near. Was that your father's parents or your mother's parents?
No, my father's.
So it was your
I-
father's town. This was at Coggeshall.
Pardon?
Did your mother come from Coggeshall
Yes,
too?
and my father.
So you're very
Mm.
solidly Coggeshall.
That's
then.
right.
Yeah.
Mm.
And do you remember where you talked about the Co-op butcher? Where did you get your eggs and your milk and your bread? Did you?
Oh, well, the bread used to come round.
Was there a bread
Used to
van?
be a delivery.
Yes.
Used to be little bakers up the Stoneham Street.
Yes.
We had 2 down there, down Romney's Road. Just as you turn down there,
And
by
did-
the dentist.
Did
opposite
they bring
the
it
dentist.
round in the
Oh yes, in
on
the
the
in a
bike
van.
or in a van?
In a van.
And you had a sort of daily order, did you, or something, or
I think they used to come round every
Twice.
other day or
Yes.
something like that.
was the bread nice in those days?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
as far as I can remember. Mm.
And what about your dairy, like milk and
That came round every day.
Did it?
And
Yes.
that was all loose with a big. They used to come round and with their little churn.
fill
thing
up
and
your
fill you up your jug.
what? So they'd ring your doorbell and you would get your a jug and they'd pour
That's
it.
right.
Oh,
Mm. Well, you
wonderful.
see, they used to just come in the shop with the
Yes.
milk. You see.
Yes.
Mm.
Because I talked to Mr. Moles and I think they had some dairy cows up
Oh,
at the
yes.
farm, and I think
Yes.
they used to do
Did
a
they?
round. So maybe your milk came from there, from that.
No, it came from Bright's.
Oh right.
Well, because Mrs. Bright lives here, and her husband,
Oh yes.
and that was her father, his
Oh.
father,
Mm.
who had the milk round.
Yes.
I think there was 2 or 3 milk.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. But I bet it was local milk. It wouldn't have come.
I'm sure it was.
Wouldn't have
Oh
come
yes,
from sort of.
not away like Chelmsford or somewhere.
Chelmsford or somewhere. That's right. And did you have? I mean, you probably didn't, but I was going to ask you. Did you grow your own vegetables? Did
Oh
you?
yes, they had allotment.
They had an
Everybody
allotment.
had an allotment.
So where was that one? The
Up
one
on the
near the
Vicarage
church?
Fields.
Oh, the Vicarage
And I think there's
Fields.
still allotments up there,
No.
isn't there?
No, there aren't.
No.
They're not. I think they were closed some time ago.
Well, I
Mm.
haven't been round there for years.
Did you go and help your mum and dad in the veggie garden?
Not really, no.
No. You let them get on with it.
That's right.
Yes. And did your mother used to do a lot of things, sort of putting by, like pickling and bottling?
Oh yes, I used to do a lot when I first married.
Yes.
Pickles and
Yes.
jam and everything.
Important, wasn't it, in those days?
Well, you had all the extra things to use up,
and you needed
and that was
to
handy for
store
the
them.
winter.
Yes.
Used to bottle a lot of fruit. I had loads of Kilner jars
Yes.
and that.
And so things like plums
Yes.
and raspberries, they bottle really
yes,
well,
that's
don't
right.
they? Yes.
And you see round here there was plenty of fruit going.
Yes. So, did you ever feel hungry? You know,
No.
when you were little, you
No.
didn't. You always had plenty to eat,
That's right.
and even in the
All
war with rationing.
homegrown, you know, homemade. Of course, things were different then. There weren't the things to buy that there is now. You can buy anything, can't you?
You ate what was in season, didn't you?
That's right.
So, what about when rationing came in? I mean, do you remember rationing?
Oh, yes.
Was that quite difficult to sort of?
Well, I suppose it was for a lot of people, but of course I think there was a little bit of whirling and dirling in those days, you know. If you not have a few sweets, you could probably have a couple of chops, sort of thing, you know.
You were in a rather strong position with all your sweets.
And then, of course, when I left school, where Sparry's, it used to be a grocer's shop called Mr. Bomber.
Yes.
He bought it off somebody else.
Yes.
And one day I was working at my mum and dad's shop then. I'd only just left school.
Yes.
And he come over, and I suppose he wanted somebody. And would I go and work for him, you see?
Yes.
And of course I think I didn't get called up or anything for that. I suppose that
So
was
you
sort
were
of
working in the grocery?
In the groceries thing.
Very nice.
So that was very nice. And
Nice job.
My friend is still alive, and we've been friends for over 60 years.
That's right. What, the other person who was working
in there with me, yes.
So did you have to sort of pack up tea and packets?
Oh yes, everything was loose.
Yes.
Yes.
So
coffee.
somebody would come and say, I have a quarter of coffee and half a pound of tea.
Well, that was on the ration tea, but coffee wasn't.
Oh,
But we
really?
used to grind our own coffee with the beans.
Wonderful.
A hard work round turning.
What, a hand
And
grinder?
I used to roast coffee.
So you roast it and then you ground it by
That's right,
hand?
yes.
Goodness.
And then when the Americans were here, they used to come down to Colchester, you see, and they were ones for coffee, aren't they?
Yes, they love
used to
their
want about
coffee.
£1 a time. And that was really hard work, you know, because it wasn't on the ration.
Pounds?
Coffee.
That's
Oh yes,
a
I
lot.
used to have no end of coffee.
I'm surprised it wasn't rationed, because you'd have thought...
Yes, that's strange, was that
Yes,
it got to
it
come
is.
from
Foreign
abroad.
parts,
Yes. But
Gosh,
the
that
tea
was quite a skill then, doing all
Yes.
that.
But all those little bits of, when anybody lived on their own, they only had about an ounce of this and 2 ounces of that, you know.
Little tiny packets of
That's
sugar
right.
and... So you had little blue bags, did you, for sugar?
That's
and
right.
Brown,
Yes.
brown bags for other things.
That's
yes.
right.
Brown sugar,
All
white
loose
sugar.
biscuits.
Biscuits loose as well.
And children used to come in for them for broken biscuits on the way to school.
Oh.
Broken biscuits.
Oh. That must have been a lovely job, though.
Well, we enjoyed it. We had
Yes.
fun over there, you know. That
Yes.
was nice. We had errand boys taking the things out, you know.
Yes.
Lovely.
Did people telephone with orders? Did
All
you
they
sort
used to.
of
That's
fill
the
up
fir-
boxes for
Yes.
them?
That's the first time I answered the telephone over there. I could remember that.
Were you rather nervous then?
I
speaking
was.
of-
Yeah, and I said I've never had a telephone.
No. How fascinating. Tell me a bit more about your schooling, Mary. Are you still in touch with some of your school friends?
Some of them are still around.
Yes.
One I go out with when I can.
Mm.
She's still there, and of course a lot of them married and during the war, and then they went away. You
Did
see,
some of them
so
marry Americans?
that's right. Yes,
Yes,
and
that's
also the other servicemen that we had round here,
Yes.
and they went away. Some of them stayed,
Yes, they must have
and I
been.
often think, I wonder what they're doing. You know, I
Yes.
wonder
So
where
wouldn't
they
it be
are.
nice to get in touch with them? Yes.
That's right.
Because sometimes the American, I remember when we lived in Earl's Colne, and some American airmen came back for an anniversary.
Did they?
Yes.
Oh, I think I've read about that in the paper.
Yes, and we had a wonderful service for them, and the bells ringing, and great reunion. I think that must have been about 20 years ago.
Yes. I think there was one just recent, wasn't there?
There might have been.
I think I read where there was a propeller in the photo of a propeller in the paper.
Yes.
I might have been in the Branksome with them last week, I think. I don't know, I can't remember.
No, I'm sure they have very happy memories of their time here.
That's right.
Yes. Can you, before we leave your childhood, can you just sort of, if you just relax and let your mind freewheel like on a bicycle, is there anything really, any one memory you can flashes in, a particular day or occasion or something that you remember?
Well, the thing that does come to mind is when the war finished.
Yes.
We had a marvellous night here.
Must have
like
been.
Everywhere else did.
Everybody dancing, I suppose.
Oh yeah, they had a huge bonfire on Market Hill.
Did they?
And the next morning, where this bonfire was, there was a huge great hole, Yes,
It's
I
far
can
in the
remember
square
that.
there. That's amazing.
Oh, we had a marvellous night. Everywhere we went.
I bet you did. How old were you when the war ended?
Oh,
I mean, you
in
weren't.
my 20s, I suppose.
Yes, so you weren't married yet.
Oh yeah, I married in 1945.
You married just at the end of the
That's
war.
right,
then.
in July.
So was that after the church was bombed? Were you?
Oh yes.
Were you married in
yes,
the bombed
I can remember
church?
the church being bombed. That was all bombed when I married in there.
So
Of
you
course,
were
they
married
bricked
in
it
the
up.
ruined church?
Oh yes, but that was bricked up, you see.
Yes.
Then after a
Yes.
little while they bricked it all up, and
It's wonderful the
but
way
then they were able to use it because they used to use that little Abbey church down Abbey Lane. I think
yes,
they
St.
used that for a
Nicholas.
little while,
Oh,
St.
did
Nicholas
they?
Chapel.
Yes. So, what about your husband? Was he an old school friend,
No,
Mr. Hempstead?
no, he didn't live. He came round here to work on the aerodromes when they were being built.
Yes. Yes.
So that's how I met him.
So he stole your heart away and decided to stay here.
Well, that's right. We had my father gave us the shop as a present,
Oh,
so we
that's
stayed.
nice.
We stayed here. They sort of retired,
Yes.
and we went to live in that shop. You
So
see.
did your husband run the shop, or did you run
I
it?
did, and he went out to work.
Oh. Well, that was work too, running the sweetie shop.
Well, it
really.
was, and when the children come along, that was really hard
Yes,
work.
it would
But
have
anyway.
been. Well, that was a wonderful continuity, really, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes,
That's
lovely.
right.
And your parents used to come in and see you.
She
and
helped me out a lot, my mother, when the
that's really
children
nice.
were small.
Yes. And you had two boys.
Yes.
And they went to the same school as you did they?
That's right, yes. At church school.
Yes. And then when?
And then, of course, they built the Honeywood School.
So then they went on to the Honeywood.
Went up there and
Yes.
finished.
Did they like the Honeywood school?
I think so, yes.
It must
They
have
never
been
got
lovely.
in any trouble up there,
No.
not that I know of.
And then one of them still lives here. What is the name?
Robert, the oldest.
Robert.
Yes.
And he lives here and has a family.
That's right, he's got 3 children.
Yes. And then your other son lives in Malden.
Malden. He's got 2.
So you've
I've
got 5
and
grandchildren.
I've got 2 great-grandchildren.
Have you really? Wonderful. So you're quite a big party when you all get together.
That's right.
Yes.
We all had a lovely meal last year on my 80th birthday.
Yes.
So that
Lovely.
we all met up.
That's
So
nice.
that was nice.
Yes. So you're 80.
Well, yeah, I'm at just 81 now.
Are you really? Goodness.
Mm.
And what about your husband? Where did he work, Mr. Hempstead?
Oh, well, he finished up at Hollington's.
Oh yes.
But that was in Queen Street then, because you see I think they got bombed out or something in London, and they brought all, because we already had a Hollington's here, which is still here.
Yes.
And they still do trading from there, don't they?
Yes, they do. Yes.
And of course that's where all the women used to go and work before the war,
Yes.
making these things.
Wonderful. Making
And,
clothes.
that's
making,
right. And they opened up in Queen Street.
So he worked,
there.
Was he a tailor?
No, they didn't do anything like that there.
No.
He was he drove a van sort of
Yes,
thing. And that.
yes. Well, he didn't have far to go to work,
No.
did he? Well, very
That's right.
beautifully local. And So, a funny question also I've written down here. Do you remember any working horses when you were little? Did anybody use horses still, or had they really gone by the time you were?
Well, I don't remember any.
No.
They had them during the war on the farms, I don't know.
No.
No, I don't remember
No,
that.
I know they had them on the farms. I just wondered if anybody was still driving around in the
I'll tell
time.
you where they did have a sort of a pony when they brought the milk round.
Oh yes, they would have had a milk float pony.
Little milk cart,
Yes.
which was lovely.
Yes.
Mm.
No, I remember even when I was young, living up in Nottinghamshire,
Yes.
and they still had some milk floats with horses up there.
Did they?
Gosh, we've covered a lot of ground. And did Mr. Hempstead die quite recently, Miss Mary?
Well, no, he's been dead quite a while. I've been down here 21 years, so he's been dead just a little bit longer than that. I wasn't long on my own because I lived round in quite a large house in Queen Street, and that was detached house. And,
yes.
I thought I'd move down here, which was
Very
easier
sensible.
for me, you see,
Very sensible.
And much safer.
Yes,
I
quite.
thought.
And you don't need too much space when you're on your
Not
own,
now,
really.
no. You
no.
can't keep it going.
So he died quite young,
yes,
really, Mary.
Yes, he was about 62.
That's terrible. Yes.
Yes, he had meningitis.
Oh no.
Yes.
What a shame. So that was a sudden.
That was quick.
Sudden
yes,
death.
very quick.
Yes, that must have been. But do you find it's a very supportive community to live in, this?
Oh yes, well everybody knew me, sort of thing.
Yes, and
which was nice.
You must have done, and you must have so many friends here still.
Well, that's nice to go up the road and see somebody you know and have a chat to.
Of course. So, what do you like particularly about Coggeshall itself, Coggeshall the town or village?
Well, I like the friendliness of it, really.
Yes.
You know,
and the beautiful
known people and
yes.
And a nice spot to see in, you know.
Yes.
We're nice here. I just wish we'd got a few more shops now. I can't get about quite so much.
It would be nice.
But there we are. It's happening everywhere.
We're very
now.
lucky with things like services like sort of hairdressers and chiropodists.
That's right.
They're all
Marvellous.
here, aren't they? And dentists. They're all within.
Yes, we've got all that we need.
I think we're very lucky in that way.
Yes, that's right.
But what about the changes that have happened? I mean, apart from the shops closing, I mean, when you think back, in what way was it perhaps better in your day,
well, I don't know really. Apart from the shops, as we said.
Sort of hasn't really. I mean, it must have changed quite a bit, but perhaps not noticeably, or not changed for the worse, according to your opinion.
Not really. But of course, as I am now, people like me, you can't get about, and you find it difficult to get to the shops.
Yes.
You know, getting on and on. But of course, we've got quite a good bus service here, haven't we?
Yes, very. You can go coach the road to Braintree, can't you?
Yes.
Yes.
Which is good.
Got the community bus to Kelvedon.
Oh, that's marvellous.
Yes.
The community bus.
It is. I drive that twice a month.
Do you?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes, it's really nice. I enjoy it.
I know they want drivers badly.
Yes.
We're having a new one, aren't we?
Yes. And I'm glad to say it's going to be narrower.
Is it?
Because it's a bit too wide, and I've had a couple of little
mishaps sort of thing. I know that looks as it had a few scrapes on it.
Yeah, it's just too wide. And when you're used to a normal car, you know, and you can't believe that it's so wide.
It comes down here twice a week for us.
Does it?
Mondays to the luncheon club.
Father Philip drives it sometimes, doesn't he? Yes.
Oh, I've never seen it. Perhaps he does the night one, I suppose, at the station.
Actually, that's what I haven't asked you about. Is church. Have you been a churchgoer over the years?
Yes, I have, but I don't go now.
Not now.
No.
So you got married in the church anyway?
Oh, everything up there.
Christenings.
Confirmed, the lot.
Yes, yes.
But
you don't get up there now, really?
No, I don't. I could if I wanted to. I think
you
they
could
would
have
come
a lift
pick me up. But it takes me quite a while to get ready in the morning. I have to get up early.
Yes.
And
when I rang you earlier this year, you said you weren't feeling very well.
No, well I do have, I can't get about sometimes all that good.
No.
But we have communion once a month down here.
Oh, that's nice.
So that's nice, you see, I go to that, which is nice.
So that's a little service for all of you living here. That's really nice.
There's not many of us go, considering there's 32 flats here, there's only about 4 or 5 of us go.
Yes, but it's nice they lay that on for you.
Well, it is, and I think then, the pity there's not more go, but still.
It's a lovely church.
Oh, yes.
It's beautiful. I think the fact that it has clear windows makes it particularly lovely.
Well, it was all coloured, you see, before it got bombed.
Would have been, but it got bombed, and then it was made lovely and light.
Yes. That's right.
It's a very pretty little town, though, Coggeshall, isn't it?
I suppose it is when you think about it.
Oh, it is. It's very pretty.
But when I go out on trips sometimes when I can, and the big churches that are around in these little villages, you go out Suffolk and all that way. Like this church here, I mean, it's only a small place, but the churches were also enormous, aren't they? And they still are.
They are amazing. I mean, Stoke by Nayland, for instance.
I don't know much about that way.
Or where's another lovely church? Well, Great Tay is a lovely little church.
Is it?
Yes.
See, these out the way places you can't get to them.
No.
But I've been out to Norfolk and Suffolk quite a lot over the last few years. Quite a few years. And there's a beautiful one, is it at Blythburgh?
Yes.
It stands there as soon as you...
Up on a...
yes, and that's the first thing you see, and that's so huge, isn't it? It's beautiful.
And it's very light, because it's got plain glass windows. And
Never been in it.
They call it the Cathedral of the Marshes.
Do they?
And at night they floodlight it.
Oh,
and it
lovely.
looks as if it's floating above, just sort of flying.
How lovely.
It is lovely. Yes. I know there's some wonderful churches around this area, aren't there?
As I say, they're so big, considering the little villages.
Yes, exactly. And I think they did a wonderful job of rebuilding Coggeshall too.
Do you?
Don't you? I think they did it beautifully.
The only thing you see that we miss there is that lovely screen. Nobody knows where that went.
Oh no! I didn't
And that never got bombed, that never got ruined.
I didn't
See, because the bomb came on the tower end.
How
that was the tower that got bombed,
so
you see, and the screen was up at the altar end.
Somebody stole the screen?
We don't know. I asked, in fact, I knew nobody knew about it, but I asked somebody yesterday, because I go to Contact, and this man does a lot of work for the church, and I asked him, I was doing a little bit of quizzing, and he didn't know where it went. So I wondered if that was sold on, which it was a pity, because that was marvellous.
But if
they
it
have
was,
these screens, don't they, in the
If
churches?
it was sold by the parish council, they would have, parish parochial or church council, they would have told. They should have told
I should think of it as a mystery.
Yes.
Yes,
I
where
should think
that
it
went.
was stolen.
Then, of course, you see all the pews went, and they went back to chairs. We never went back to pews. I don't know whether there's any pews in the church. I can't remember.
I actually like having not having pews.
Do you?
Because I think it makes it very light and spacious. And you can take them away if you want to.
Of course you can. That's right, because they use the church for different things.
Yes. That's interesting, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, it's been lovely talking to you, Mary.
Yes, well, it's been
really nice. You've had some wonderful memories.
Well, I'm glad I've helped out.
Yes, it's great. And do you have any old photographs that you could show me, and maybe we could scan them for the book?
Well, I'd have to look them out.
Yes, there's no hurry now.
Yes.
But if I could leave you my telephone number, I mean, it'd be really nice to have a photograph, say, of you in front of the sweetie shop or something like that. You know, if you could find a suitable photograph.
Yes, I'll have a look.
Or you know, it'd be lovely to have one of the sweet shop, and one of you as a little girl or as a bride with your husband. Something like that would be really nice.
Yes, all right.
Is there anything more you feel?
I don't think so.
No. It's been fascinating talking to you, Mary.
Well, that'll be interesting to see the book when it comes out.
It will be.
Yes.
It'll probably take a year or two, you know. To
That's right, of course.
I mean, I'm going round rather slowly, talking to sort of a couple of
Have you
people
ever
a
met
month.
Janet Saunders?
No.
Well, she's not very well at the moment, but her father used to do all the most marvellous carving opposite where I lived in the shop.
Oh, really?
Next door to, is it, what do you call that, the restaurant, Bourne?
The brasserie is Bowman's, yes.
He used to have his wood carving shop right next
Oh,
door.
really? Janet Saunders, is she a
Yes.
friend of yours, Mary?
Well, a very old friend, but of course I don't see her much now, and she's not in very good health now.
Do you think she'd be interested in talking to me?
Well, you could always try, but whether she'd be up to it, I don't know.
I could give her a try.
Well, you could do.
Yes.
Yeah, because she's my age.
Will she be in the phone book? Shall I
I
look?
should think so.
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't got her phone number.
No.
But,
Well, so did you say her father was a stone carver? Was a
wood carver. Always a most marvellous carver. He used to do all the church work.
Did he he didn't do the restoration on Paycocks, did he?
I don't know.
Somebody did.
I don't. But that would be when I was very young.
That would have been longer. That
Yes.
was the 1920s.
Do you know I've never been in Paycocks?
Haven't you?
No, I shouldn't
Oh,
I?
Mary, you should.
Mm.
What's the time? They'll be shutting soon. They're open on a Tuesday.
How are they? I remember that.
Yes.
Mm.
I'll come and fetch you one
I'll
day and
put
drive
that
you
down.
up there.
Would you?
Would
Well,
you
I
like
can't
me
get
to?
up there because I've got a walker that I bought with a seat on.
Quite a long walk.
Well,
Oh,
I
you've
can
got
do
a-
it gradually. I can. Yes, I've got one of these walkers with a seat on. What I can put my shopping in and all that, which is jolly good.
That's useful. Well, it's open Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's handy.
You'd enjoy it. Yeah, take a friend along and
Oh,
go.
well, that's
yeah.
right. Nice day.
It's really
Now, a
lovely
day
car.
like this would be nice. I could pick my day on a Tuesday.
You can take your time and go and sit in the garden. It's
That's
lovely
right.
lavender, and you'd really enjoy it. You should do that.
Yes, and I like old houses. I like
Yes,
looking round
yes.
old houses.
I think they're open. I'm not sure, open 2 till 5 or something.
Are
so
they?
it's not
Well,
worth it now,
no,
really.
Oh no. That's a
Um,
handy time though, isn't
It
it?
is. I mean, if you went there at 3, you'd have a lovely
That's
sort
right.
of time to spend. And,
Yes, I'll bear that in mind before
yes.
the winter sets in.
Yes. Well, it's been really lovely
Well, thank you
talking
for
to
coming down.
And
It's been nice
oh,
to meet
by the way, I
for
forgot
me.
I brought you a cucumber from our greenhouse.
Oh, how lovely. That is kind
Well,
of you.
it's
Thank
only
you
a
ever
bit-
so much.
It's a small one.
Thank
but
you.
We've had a wonderful year for
Have you?
cucumbers.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
Yes.
That's lovely. Oh, I shall enjoy that. Yeah.
I'll plug your
Can you manage that?
television in again.
With the... Don't look at the dust on the television. I'm afraid I haven't got round to that.
I haven't seen any dust.
No, you've got to go up the top.
No, I'm
No,
just,
oh, that one, yes.
just taking this
My,
one.
my oldest son said,